Hello, my name is Idris and I'm the founder of camSKOOL. In this video, I'm gonna tell you how I designed and created my own webcam while teaching for VIP Kid. So for the past 8 years, I've worked with students in person and virtually in China. The idea was born from a convergence of transitions happening in my professional life and my private life. When I transitioned to online teaching full-time, I found myself challenging myself to keep content and interaction engaging and motivating. I struggled to find programs and apps to produce what I had envisioned for my students, so I decided it was time to create my own. This occurred as I was moving from South Korea to Vietnam, and I became increasingly interested in the ways working remotely and leveraging technology could advance my personal life goals in terms of traveling and experiencing the world. And lastly, I'd experienced the underutilization of app platforms, webcam functionality, and participation engagement strategies from my own knowledge in UI UX. I decided I didn't have to wait for someone else to solve the problem that I had identified. To design a webcam toolkit intended for online teachers. Teachers like me in service of providing the most engaging and motivating learning experience. When I started teaching online and backpacking, I really didn't want to carry a lot of things with me besides my personal belongings, so I was always on the lookout for some kind of digital tool that I can use to supplement with my lesson to keep my student more engaged and also keep my booking consistent. Initially, we started with rewards. Multiple games for teachers to keep their student engaged and motivated in their class. But why stop there? I wanted to create a dynamic webcam that does more than one thing. Because at the time, online teachers were using multiple resources to conduct their single class. I wanted to create a single source to navigate all the online tools a teacher could use. We've created a webcam software for both PC and iOS computers, which includes a core video and audio component when downloaded. We're going to talk about what the core video and audio component means in a bit. Before we go, it's important to know that camSKOOL is not a hardware. You will need a webcam to use this fantastic software. When you download camSKOOL, you download a core video and audio component to your computer. This means that you can use camSKOOL as your video and audio source on any video platform such as VIP Kid, Zoom, or Google Meet. You can even use it on a web browser such as Google Chrome or Firefox. This in turn allows you to transmit visual and auditory assets that your student can see and or hear. On the app, we've created 3 main categories: rewards, play and show, and tools. To operate each item in these categories, we create a custom control panel for each app or plugin, and a MultiClassroom feature to manage them. The reward section is dedicated to the unique reward games created for gamification purposes. Each reward game is created from scratch and is intended for a specific age group or generally everyone. All the rewards will have a consistent control panel to navigate the game. You can choose where to align your reward, restart, hide, and track your reward progress using the control panel. Your student will be able to hear the audio transmitted from the games, and you can too by clicking the headphone icon to unmute. Each reward has a mini intro, 5 advances, and a conclusion. For now, the progress of the reward are all positives, meaning there aren't any negative reactions in the game. We have thought about adding a negative button, but that's something we need feedback from our community members like you. Play and show is for visual and auditory items. You can think of them as flashcards, but with audio, your students will be able to hear. While I was teaching, I learned very quickly that to get verbal output out of my students, I would just play them the sound of an animal, and then they would be so excited to tell me the name of the animal they hear. Using a play and show item in your class will not only allow you to display the visual aid, but you will also be able to position them at different places in your webcam feed. Minimize, maximize, hide, and also transmit the audio for your student to hear. Most but not all the items in the Play and Show tab will have a consistent control panel. For example, if the items are a combination of visual and audio, then you can expect the control panel to keep consistent. However, we do try to make the control panel as intuitive as possible. The Tools section is one of the most exciting aspects of camSKOOL. This is where you'll find all your customized apps and webcam plugins uniquely created for your teaching environment. In the Tools section, we've already created a media player app, camera filters, and a text overlay. Our intention for the Tools section is to use already existing APIs out there to create unique items. An example of using an API is the Weather Channel, using that data to create a live simulation of a weather in your webcam. Another example of using an API is Google Translate, using that already created platform to translate a word to your student in their localized language for them to understand swiftly. So, as a reminder, for each item, app, or plugin, we create a unique control board for you to operate while on your video platform. The buttons on the control panel will vary depending on the items you're operating. Here's a sample of the Media Player app, and the Text Overlay app, and the Filter app. Nevertheless, we aim to make the control panels as user-friendly and intuitive as possible. But with all the assets on the app, how are you going to be able to manage them while in your classroom? That's where the MultiClassroom feature comes in handy. The MultiClassroom is where you can minimize each active item you are currently using for your class. To avoid the overcrowdedness of the number of items on your feed at a time, you can add up to 3 items at a time to a single classroom. You will have the ability to create more classroom when you click the square icon to the right to create a new classroom to add another 3 items into. You can rename each classroom to be more organized, and you can create up to 18 classrooms. Let's talk about the website and how the app and the website communicate. Besides downloading the app from our website, the store is where you'll go to download any new items or plugins we create. You can select which item you want to download, and the camSKOOL app on your computer will instantly start to download that item. Once it's downloaded, you will find it on the app in the appropriate section. Use the search bar to search by themes, tags, or categories. As a subscribed member to the beta version of camSKOOL, you will have access to all the items to download for free. And moving forward, we will always offer a free version of camSKOOL with lots of free items to download. Go to the download page to download the right version of camSKOOL for your computer. Once downloaded, follow the download process and allow permission for camSKOOL to use your video and microphone. After that, restart your computer. You must complete 2 last steps to complete the setup phase and begin using camSKOOL. First, you'll need to go into the camSKOOL app settings to select a camera along with an audio input and an audio output. This process lets camSKOOL know what camera and audio options to use while using the app. Usually, this would be your defaulted camera and audio options. The last step, you'll need to select camSKOOL as your camera and microphone options on the platform you teach on. At this moment, we plan to continue to add more items to our store for download. There are a lot of apps that we've created with plans to get them out over the next few months. Currently, we have 10 reward games in the sports series, and soon we will be launching the next 10 reward games under the toddler series. If you've made it this far into the video, we hope that means you're interested in camSKOOL. Our team is very small, and so far, we've managed to bootstrap our startup. The best way you can support us is by joining our community, using camSKOOL in your online classes, and providing feedback. camSKOOL is a webcam designed for online teachers. Yes, we've created a few items, but want to create the next step of items with input from our users, you. From the camSKOOL app, click the menu button, then click on the feedback button, where you will be redirected to our feedback page. On the website, scroll down to the footer to click on Contact Us, or email us directly here. For updates, newest items, and tutorials, join our community by creating a free account with us at camSKOOL.com. You can follow us on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram. All the links are included in this video's description below. Thanks for watching so much, and we look forward to hearing from you.